This is the instructional video for I'm a stand-in for Gleam. Same thing, C standard, C. Give it a little tune up here. F. A sharp. So that one's being a little squirrely on me. D sharp. G. C. So that's what it should sound. So then I'm a stand-in. So it starts on this like big, major kind of shape, like it would be a C major played on your 7th fret. So 7th fret of your low E, 10th fret of your A string, 10th fret of your D string, and 9th fret of your G string with a bar. This one's all pretty much just power chords, man. It's almost like a Ramones song. So there's that. And then just this starting on the 10th fret of your A string, the 12th fret of your D string, and the 12th fret of your G string. So, and then to the same, that same shape, the major chord shape, on your 10th fret of your low string, 12th fret of your A string, 12th fret of your D string, 11th fret of your G string, with the rest barred. So it's and that's the core of this whole song. So it goes like that. We go through it twice before we kick into the verse. It's I'm standing off this rock to love forever. I'm standing off this rock to love forever. I'm standing off this rock to love forever. I'm standing off this rock to love. So then I let that last what would be a D major kind of ring out, love, and then it goes in the second part, which is more power chords, starting on the 6th fret of your A string and the 8th fret of your D string, what would be a D sharp major. So it goes da da. Let's move that power chord down half step to your 5th fret of your A, what would be a D. So to the 3rd fret of your A and the 5th fret of your D, what would be a C. So that's the rhythm. All on the A string. Then you go to your low E, or what's your low C now, you know what I mean? And then the 6th fret of your low E string and the 8th fret of your A string, what would be A sharp power chord. I'm sorry, actually you start lower. You start on the 5th fret of your low E string, 7th fret of your A string, what would be just an A. And you just slide that up and down for that real mean. So I'm sorry, I actually kind of fucked that up. That 3rd chord is then you actually hit what would be that G with the power chord, So it's the 3rd fret of your low E, 5th fret of your A string. So it's then you do that slide from the 5 to the 6 on your low E string with the power chord. Back to the 3rd string, to the G. So the whole part is that's the rhythm. second half. And then I usually, to get back to it, we go, and then I skip the real low one because Dale does the sweet fill. But I go with that rest there. And then right back into that chorus. So we just need to make it real scathing, you know. So to just 4 measures then. Same thing. Back to the same chords again. And I also let those, I like a 4 chord, you know, let those open strings ring out sometimes to give it kind of a brighter texture, to make it a little less, you know, standard, I guess. So there's like, each time we come to that, there's 2 measures of it. And the first 2 measures are with just Alex and I, and I guess you too, Brad, if you want to. I was saying the right thing, sorry, it's actually the other way around the first time. I was doing the right thing, they're saying it wrong, saying it wrong. I was doing the right thing, they're saying it wrong, saying it wrong. I was doing the right thing, they're saying it wrong, saying it wrong. I was doing and then we just do another same amount of measures, just with Alex doing a verse, you know, so we get some just more like lead and flavor to the song. So we come right out of that, and sorry. I think we just go right back into the we just go right back into the verse then. But I kind of kick it up a notch, you know. So, you know, it just goes through it, but what I was kind of getting into there is that last time that it would complete that measure, that we're doing this little slow down thing just for 2 measures first. And then I'm doing these 7 chords, but they're just the octave 7s. So it's the 10th fret of your A string, and then the 12th fret of your G string, with the D string muted. And I'm just moving it up a whole step each time. So that same shape from the 10th fret to the 12th fret to the 14th fret. And then back down to the same shape, but with your first finger on the 10th fret of your low E string, and your third finger on the 12th fret of your D string for that octave, what would be an octave D. Then just move it back down to the 7th fret, same shape. You know, so. But just end it on what would be that C, you know, that. coming back to the coda. So I'll play the whole thing. It's a pretty simple song, really. I'm standing, I'll this from the love forever. I'm standing, I'll this from the love forever. I'm standing, I'll this from the love forever. I'm standing, I'll this from the love. I'm saying that things that don't know. I'm saying that things that don't know. I'm saying that things that don't know. I'm saying the right thing that don't know. I'm standing, I'll just want to love forever. I'm standing, I'll just want to love forever. I'm standing, I'll just want to love forever. I'm standing, I'll just want to love. I've been doing the right thing, they say no, say no. I've been doing the right thing, they say no, say no. I've been doing the right thing, they say no, say no. I've been doing the right thing, they say no. I'm a lady, I'll just love to love you, love you. I'm a lady, I'll just love to love you, love you. I'm a lady, I'll just love to love you, love you. I'm a lady, I'll just love to love. I'm just ending with that 4. It's the same. What would be the C major, just with the open G, B, and E strings. I guess the G's actually being played, so just that open B and E.